Everything you've been told about keeping your brain sharp after 40 is wrong. Puzzles don't work. Brain training apps don't work. Even reading on its own barely moves the needle. Neuroscientists spent decades in labs finding out what actually works at the biological level. 8 habits, each one targets a specific mechanism inside your brain. Miss any of them, and the others lose half their power. And here's the part nobody talks about. The order matters. Habit number 1 is not a suggestion. It is the biological foundation everything else is built on. Skip it, and habits 2 through 8 become significantly less effective. We'll get to why in a moment. But first, understand what's actually happening inside your brain right now. After 40, the hippocampus, the region responsible for memory, learning, and spatial navigation, begins losing volume every year. The myelin sheath, the insulation around your nerve fibers that controls how fast signals travel, starts thinning. Metabolic waste begins accumulating in neural tissue. This is not opinion. This is measurable on an MRI scan. What is also measurable, and what most people never hear, is that every single one of these processes can be slowed, interrupted, or in some cases physically reversed, not with a pill, with 8 specific science-backed habits. Let's go through them in order of impact. Your brain is not fixed. It changes every single day. After 40, some of those changes are not good. Your memory center starts shrinking. Your thinking slows down. Your focus becomes harder to hold. This is not you being lazy. This is biology. But here is what scientists figured out. The brain is not a machine that simply wears out. It is living tissue. It responds to what you do. It responds to how you sleep. It responds to how you move and eat and connect with other people. Every habit in this video targets one specific biological process. Sleep targets one thing, exercise targets another, social connection targets a third. Together, they create a system, and that system can push back against aging at the cellular level. Here is something worth knowing. A brain scan of an active, well-rested 45-year-old can look younger than a scan of a sedentary 38-year-old. Age is part of the story. Lifestyle writes the rest of it. These 8 habits are the lifestyle. Let's start with the most powerful one. While you sleep, your brain does something remarkable. It cleans itself, literally. The cells around your neurons shrink slightly. Fluid rushes through the gaps. That fluid carries out toxic waste. Proteins linked to Alzheimer's disease get flushed out. This process has a name. Scientists call it the Glimphatic system. It was discovered by researcher Maiken Nedergaard at the University of Rochester. Her findings changed how neuroscience understands sleep forever. Here is the critical part. This cleaning only happens during deep sleep. Not light sleep, not dozing on the couch. Deep, uninterrupted sleep. The moment you sleep less than 6 hours, the system slows to almost nothing. Alcohol before bed blocks it. Irregular sleep schedules disrupt it. Blue light from screens delays it. Think of it this way. Every night you skip deep sleep, the trash doesn't get taken out. It piles up inside your brain tissue. Over months and years, that buildup is exactly what researchers find in the brains of people with cognitive decline. 7 to 8 hours is not a preference. It is maintenance. It is the single most powerful thing you can do for your brain after 40. Everything else in this video works better when this habit is locked in first. For a long time, scientists believed the adult brain could not grow new neurons. That idea is now gone. We know it is wrong. The brain can produce new brain cells, and the most powerful trigger for that process is aerobic exercise. Here is how it works. When you do cardio, your brain releases a protein called BDNF. Think of BDNF as fertilizer for your neurons. It stimulates the growth of new cells. It strengthens existing connections. It speeds up signal transmission. The region that benefits most is the hippocampus. That is your memory center, the same region that shrinks after 40. A landmark study published in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences tracked older adults through 1 year of regular aerobic training. At the end of the year, their hippocampus had grown by 1 to 2%. The control group, who did not exercise, lost volume over that same period. One group grew, one group shrank. The only difference was movement. You do not need to run a marathon. 150 minutes of moderate cardio per week is enough. That is 30 minutes, 5 days a week. Brisk walking counts, swimming counts, cycling counts. The brain does not care how you move, it only cares that you do. Chronic stress is not just a feeling, it is a physical force that damages your brain. When you are stressed for weeks or months, your body floods with cortisol. Cortisol is useful in short bursts. In long bursts, it is toxic to neurons. It shrinks the prefrontal cortex. That is the part of your brain responsible for decisions, focus, and self-control. It also attacks the hippocampus, the same region exercise is trying to protect. Nobel Prize winner Elizabeth Blackburn discovered something else cortisol does. It shortens telomeres. Telomeres are the protective caps on the end of your DNA strands. Think of them like the plastic tips on shoelaces. When they wear down, the lace falls apart. When telomeres shorten, cells age faster. Blackburn found that regular stress reduction practices slow that process down. 20 minutes a day of any consistent calming practice makes a measurable difference at the cellular level. Now, habit number 4. Your brain is an energy-saving machine. Anything familiar gets handled on autopilot. No new connections form, no growth happens. The only way to force real growth is to learn something genuinely difficult. Not crossword puzzles, not Sudoku. Those use systems your brain already knows. Researcher Denise Park at the University of Texas showed that learning complex new skills, like a musical instrument or a new language, improves memory and processing speed far more than passive brain games. The brain grows when it struggles. Give it something hard. Most people underestimate this one. Real social connection is one of the most complex cognitive tasks your brain performs. Think about what happens during a genuine conversation. Your brain reads facial expressions, it tracks tone of voice, it holds context from 3 sentences ago, it predicts what comes next, it manages empathy and response at the same time. Multiple brain regions fire simultaneously. That is a full workout. Researcher Jakob Stern at Columbia University developed the concept of cognitive reserve. The idea is simple. People with rich social and intellectual lives build more neural connections over time. When some connections are damaged by aging, the brain has backup routes. It reroutes around the damage. People with high cognitive reserve show fewer symptoms of decline, even when brain scans show physical deterioration. Loneliness, by contrast, accelerates cognitive aging faster than many physical risk factors. Regular, meaningful conversation is not optional, it is structural maintenance. Habit number 6 is intermittent fasting. When your body goes without food for 14 to 16 hours, something important happens inside your cells. They start cleaning house. Damaged proteins get broken down and removed. This process is called autophagy. Neuroscientist Mark Mattson at the National Institutes of Health showed that autophagy makes neurons more stress-resistant. It reduces the buildup of harmful proteins in brain tissue. Your brain also switches to burning ketones for fuel during fasting. Ketones burn cleaner than glucose. Less waste, more stability. An early dinner and a late breakfast is all it takes to trigger this process. Your brain is roughly 60% fat. That is not a metaphor. The cell membranes of your neurons are built from fatty acids. The most important one is called DHA. It is a type of omega-3 fatty acid. Without enough DHA, cell membranes lose flexibility. Signals travel slower, and communication between neurons becomes less efficient. Large brain imaging studies show a clear pattern. People with higher omega-3 levels in their blood have more grey matter volume, and they also show fewer signs of small vascular damage inside the brain. One important clarification here: this is a correlation, not a proven cause and effect. Supplement studies show mixed results. What the evidence does support clearly is getting omega-3 through food. Fatty fish 2 to 3 times a week provides what the brain needs. Salmon, sardines, and mackerel are the most efficient sources. This is a low-cost, low-effort habit with a strong safety profile and solid biological reasoning behind it. Habit number 8 is the newest and least proven on this list. During deep sleep, your brain generates slow waves. Those waves physically transfer information from short-term memory into long-term storage. Researchers at Northwestern University found that playing pink noise synchronized to those slow waves can amplify their strength. Older adults in the study showed improved memory test scores after just one night. The honest caveat is that study sizes are small. Independent labs have not fully confirmed the results yet. Pink noise apps carry zero risk. The potential upside is real. Use it as a bonus, not a foundation. Here is the full picture. 8 habits, 3 levels of impact. At the top, the non-negotiables, sleep and exercise. These 2 habits work at the deepest biological level. Sleep cleans your brain, exercise grows it. Without these 2 locked in, the other 6 habits are working at half capacity. Start here, protect these first. The second tier is high impact. Stress reduction, learning hard new skills, and staying socially connected. Each one targets a different mechanism. Cortisol control protects your DNA. Complex learning builds new neural pathways. Social connection creates backup routes around aging damage. These 3 habits compound over time. The longer you practice them, the more protective they become. The third tier supports the first 2. Omega-3 feeds the physical structure of your neurons. Intermittent fasting clears out cellular debris. Pink noise during sleep may amplify memory consolidation. These habits are not dramatic on their own. Inside a complete system, they matter. Now here is the most important thing to understand. Your brain is not done. It is not past its prime. It is waiting for the right input. Every one of these 8 habits sends a specific biological signal. That signal tells your brain to repair, to grow, to strengthen. You are not too late. The research is clear on that. One final thought. Every person watching this has a different starting point. Maybe you already sleep well. Maybe exercise is already part of your life. Maybe stress is the one thing you have never figured out how to manage. Whatever your starting point is, we want to hear about it. Drop a comment below and tell us which of these 8 habits is the hardest for you right now. Real answers only. Your experience might help someone else watching this video take their first step. If this kind of content is useful to you, subscribe to Longevity Mind. Every video on this channel is built on the same principle. No filler, no hype, only what the science actually says. Hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. Your brain will thank you for it.